Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good now. Arsenal have just drawn with Brighton 1-1, and honestly that game was so stressful to watch, and this will be like a therapy session. Big up to Wiki Cookie, got away from the game with a point, but sucks that we're gonna be without both Rice and Mourinho for the North London derby. That's like I think the red card I'm more annoyed at than sort of the result. I mean, the result isn't good enough, but um, yeah, that's a tough one. The red card. I think I'm going to start off with the red card because that's like a big talking point of the game. Um, the first yellow I think was a yellow. I don't think it was any more than that. He just went for the ball, and I couldn't argue with that. Um, Now, because of that challenge, Brighton, you could really see that they weren't happy with that challenge, and I think it was a fair challenge in the first half. I'm going to be honest, I don't think Rice did anything wrong. He went for the ball. Maybe it ended bad, but the follow through he couldn't really help. So I don't think he's at fault for that, obviously. But now, second half came, the Brighton guy kicked Rice. Was it on purpose? Possibly. It's hard to say, but obviously Rice isn't happy with that because what happened in the first half, the Brighton players weren't happy with him. So I kind of get why he reacted the way he did and how he got annoyed the way he did. It's a very tough one to call right now, but I think the red card seems to be because Rice kicked the ball away. But you have to remember that they did the same in the first half, and I think the referee had a very poor game. From an Arsenal point of view, I think the referee um, was very poor, and yeah, I feel quite disappointed with the referee, if I'm being honest, and I'm not just gonna blame the whole thing on him because we had chances in that first half that we could have taken. We had chance in the second half. Havertz was on goal. He could have scored that. Saka's had many chances as well. So I'm not gonna 100% blame the referee, but the referee was very poor for me. And yeah, I just feel quite deflated right now. Because it's so early on. This is a game we should be winning, and we've got so many tough games coming up. We've got Spurs, we've got Man City, and it's yeah. I just feel quite disappointed, to be quite honest right now. And North London derby's coming up, and Rice won't be playing, and Rice is so important in that midfield. And I know Rice hasn't been amazing recently, but we know what an incredible player he is and the leader to have on that pitch. So the Spurs games are going to be tough. But we will have Jorginho Partey in the midfield. I'm presuming that's what Arteta's going to do. He doesn't have much choice. Mourinho's injured. I think if Mourinho wasn't injured, you could probably play him in that game. Um, or bring him on to see what you could do. But the midfield's a bit of a problem, isn't it, at the moment? Because I think today the midfield wasn't great, if I'm being honest. I think we started off the game really good, actually, but then we sort of, after a while, Odegaard went down at one point, and you could see after that the game sort of changed in that first half, and Odegaard as well. I don't think he had a great game today, if I'm being honest. I think he had good moments, but he's not really doing enough, is he? He's had chances that he's not taking, and he did go off quite early in the game, which I was sort of surprised to see Arteta actually do. Yeah, Odegaard didn't have a great game today. You could see at one point he wanted to try and get the crowd up, which obviously they felt like they needed that love from the fans a bit more. But Odegaard performance, he had to do better in the Northland derby. I expect a big performance from him. When he says Rice got sent off yet, honestly, when that happened, I was like, "Oh my god, this is like the worst thing." Because I mean, the first half, when the first half ended, we all knew that we had to be careful in the second half because Partey was on a yellow as well, and I was just so worried. So many players got yellow cards. Timber got a yellow as well, which it's very frustrating to watch. And we've got a long to wait in between Northland Derby and the City game. Exactly, it's come at a bad time, hasn't it? Listen, we there's not much we can do about the Rice thing, but I think for the Northland Derby game, we've definitely got to be at our best, take our chances. We've got to take our chances. I do wonder sort of when we will start to see Sterling play. Do you know what? It's really interesting today because we saw Trossard come on, and Martinelli was on the bench, and it's very weird because I said Trossard should have played because he's earned his right to play, but I feel like it's more more of an impact off the bench. And yeah, I think Trossard's maybe better coming off the bench. Martinelli at the moment, he could have. Do you know what? There was a chance where Saka could have passed to him and he could have scored, but you probably didn't see him at that point. But um, yeah, it's just very like it's very interesting to see who's going to be on the left for our future. Is it Martinelli? Is Sterling going to play there? It's going to be really interesting to sort of see what happens. But this feels like a loss because we should be winning these type of games. Brighton have obviously had an incredible start to the season, but you know what, we had the chance that we could have won. We had chances in the first half, we had chances in the second half. I just think the second half was quite disappointing. Since Rice got that red, it felt like everything changed. We just started to sit back and defend, and we didn't ever attack. So, yeah, I feel quite like deflated by that. I mean, like, big up, big up Bestie here. Unlucky at least you didn't lose. Obviously, we didn't lose. You know, you have to take that as positive, but it feels like a loss right now. Feels like a big loss. Um, Big up Mike. Hope you're good. Hi, Save. Chris Cavana is an awful reference today. Proved it. He was so bad. I mean, like I said before, I do take responsibility that Arsenal didn't take the chances, but that referee honestly ruined the flow of the game because that Rice thing that happened, like if Rice would have stayed on, we probably would have won. We probably would have just got that 1-0 to the Arsenal. So yeah, it's so disappointing. I feel very annoyed to be honest at so many things. But do you know what? I think we shouldn't lose our heads yet. It's the first sort of 3 games, and I think the Spurs game we've got to win that. I want to see a good performance from us. I know we've got Man City, Atlanta in there as well. It's yeah, very few tough games. So I do wonder if Mourinho how long he's out for. I've heard it's 6 to 8 weeks. If it's not too long, then obviously that would be a good thing. But it just sort of depend on how long he's out for, which is yeah, it's a tough one. Um, in seasons gone by, we would have probably lost that 3-1. Yeah, that's a good point to point out because we are showing that maturity, that resilience to not sort of, when we do get red cards, we sort of have that calmness. Do you think it affected the flow of the game, or do you think that when that happened, we just sort of sat back, Brighton went for it, and Ryan made some incredible saves again? But yeah, really good that we didn't lose that, of course. But we've got to sort of take it for what it is. We've got to point out the game. Brighton are a very good side at the moment, and yeah, like Cookie said, we would have lost that a few years ago. So we do have to take that positive, knowing that we've not lost. But it feels like a big loss right now because of everything that happened, that red card, everything in that. I feel I feel so like deflated by it. It's a tough one. It really is. Um, when you got City breathing down your neck, yeah, exactly. This feels like a loss because with how amazing Man City are, these are the games you've got to really win. They're putting that pressure on you always. It's so tough. Big up the football power, Howard. Good to see you in the chat. Big up Sophie. I enjoyed that game. I mean, I honestly didn't. That was so stressful. The second half was my anxiety was through the roof watching that. Both stressful as an Arsenal fan. Big up Phil, hope you're good. Hey so what a nightmare. I know. It feels so tough, isn't it? Like these are the games you've got to win, and I feel so deflated by it, honestly, right now. But honestly, a positive note here, Havertz. Havertz has improved so much. I mean, this start of the season, he's already scored 2 goals. I think he's going to have an incredible season for Arsenal. Obviously, we need a striker as well as him, but I think Havertz in the league could probably score maybe. I don't know if he got to 20. Why not? Let's aim for that. But I think he could probably get 17 goals in the league, 15 to 17. But that's the thing. You know what? I'm so tired of saying on streams we need a striker. Do the club see that we need a striker, or are they just trying to deal with what we have? We have Jesus, we have Havertz, but that isn't enough for us to win the league, and we all know that. But obviously, the club have put Sterling in. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with Sterling. As a player, Sterling will definitely help improve this team. He probably won't start all the time, but he can give you something else as a backup for Saka, or either play on the left as well. But I think at this moment in time, it just feels very deflating, this one, and especially Northland Derby, not having that Marino or, Rice being out, it sucks, it really sucks. Rice hasn't been great recently. I know he's had the Euros and he's exhausted, but I don't really think he did much wrong today to be sent off, if I'm being honest. We look so short up front. It's unreal business in the window. It's been good, but I'm worried we don't have enough. Yeah, that's the thing. I think with the window, I think the players that we've let that have gone out has been the right thing to do. But I think the problem is we haven't brought that cover in for them because if I mean, I don't know what the second choice goalkeeper is going to be like. Hopefully, Raya will have a good season, but I just feel like we've not replaced the players that we've let out with Nketiah. We've not really replaced him, which is the biggest problem. I think the window's been okay. I would probably give it a 6.5 or a 7. I think if we'd brought a striker in, I would feel a lot more confident right now. But the fact that we haven't, and today, like you said here, we're looking shut up front. In attack, Havertz, Saka are really good to work together, but up front, we just need someone to be clinical and win us this game. Because if we had a striker in this game, we could have easily won that. But we had chances, but we just couldn't take them. Big up, Niall. Hope you're good. Hey, so loved your show with Saeed. You need to win games like that for me. That's never a sending off for Declan Rice. It's harsh. Let the team down. Got to win those games. Yeah, big up, Niall. Great to see you as always. I'm glad you enjoyed my show with Saeed. It was a really good show yesterday. I absolutely loved it as well. Yeah, I think these are the games you've got to win. That red card is definitely we can't let it affect us. It's a bad result. It's a bad game, but we've got to definitely move past that. Niall says smash the likes button and subscribe and share. Big up now. And yes, guys, please don't forget to smash the likes and do share this and do subscribe if you're new. I'm on my way to 3K, which is amazing. So a big thank you to all of you for your support. Big up Russ, hope you're good. Disgusting by the ref, yeah. The referee was so bad, honestly. I feel so like deflated about the referee. I feel so disappointed with the referee. Phil says, on another day, Rice wouldn't get booked, but he was an idiot. And also, why running away with the ball, not penalising with a yellow? It's all time wasting. Do you know what? I honestly, at the time, didn't see Rice kick the ball away. And if the referee is going to give him a yellow for that, he should have gave the yellow for the Brighton player that did that in the first half. So I think if the referee is going to have that decision, it's got to go both ways. But the fact that it didn't go both ways makes it feel more unfair on Rice. I think Rice was very heated in that moment. You could see he was frustrated, and maybe he just needed to be a bit more calm and composed. And we needed to win that game. Let's be real today. We shouldn't have drawn, and we had to win this, and we've not. So yeah, that definitely affected this game. 15 scored 13 last year. Okay, that's good to know actually. Um, Sterling smacks of a panic signing. I mean, Sterling's better off than right. I think with Sterling, I think the thing is right. This came out of nowhere, didn't it? Like it all happened so fast, like yesterday. And know in the few days before yesterday, we had heard rumours, but nothing really happened, about it. And I think with Reece Nelson going, we definitely needed that cover. So if Reece Nelson hadn't have gone, would we have signed Sterling? I'm not sure. But I think Sterling is a good player. I know at Man City when he was there, he was very good as well. I know he's fallen off a little bit at Chelsea, but you know what? It's so hard to judge if he'll be good. So I'm going to give it time, but it might be a panic signing. We don't know yet, but I know he's a very good player. He's got that experience, but we sort of need players that are in their prime now. But I think Sterling has a great attitude. I know he wants to prove his haters wrong and do really well. So I'm feeling quite optimistic that he'll have a good time here. But it's so tough to say, obviously, right now. Um, Arteta doesn't want to play for a traditional striker. I don't know why there's so many strikers out there that you could have bought. Like, why not buy a striker? Honestly, it's so frustrating. And big up yourself, Broader, Kick Full. And big up, it ain't easy. Literally, being an Arsenal fan, it's not uneasy. If we're relying on a January window for striker, I'm extremely concerned. That's the thing. Are we going to do that in the January transfer window, survive till January now? Because it's so evident in these games that we have needed a striker. So I honestly don't know what we're gonna do, honestly. Um, Trossard for me, yeah, he's so much better off the bench. I completely agree. Do you know what? To be honest, I have feel like he's earned his right to start in the game today. He had a few chances, but I don't think he was as impactful as he would be. He's just better off the bench. It's just absolutely one of these things. Absolute state of our bench. Only had Martinelli to bring on if we ended up chasing the game. That's the thing as well because we've actually gotten rid of a lot of players. You look at players like Vieira who's gone on loan. Smith Rowe's gone out, so we need to replace these players, and we're not doing that, which is our biggest problem right now. And we're going to fall short. Big up Harry, good to see you in here. Jorginho, Partey, and Odegaard as a midfield. Do you know what? They've got to step up. Jorginho, we've not seen much of him. I think I like Jorginho. He definitely gives us that composure in that midfield, that calmness that we definitely need. But like we said before, the bench as well was quite worrying. We don't have a lot of options, and um, but yeah, we're gonna have to see how that goes. That midfield, it's gonna be tough. Um, I hope you had a good birthday rush yesterday. Sorry, Arsenal couldn't get you that win, but great to see you in the chat. Big up Ibby, Myth, good to see you in here. Arteta and Edu out. I mean, fans aren't going to be happy right now with this. It's a tough one. We have to win the league, definitely. I feel so deflated with everything. But I'm going to go into the player ratings now. So please, as well, if you're watching this, guys, you can do it for me. I'm going to start with Raya, but honestly, like, I think because you can see that goal, he's not going to get, a 9 or a 10 out of 10. But I think Raya overall had a good game. I think that goal defensively, Gabriel could have done better, but I also feel that midfield, I think Partey could have done better with that as well. So I'll probably give Raya a 7 or an 8. I think you could have give Raya that credit. He had a good game, and I don't think he was at fault for that goal. He couldn't do much. I don't think Raya did bad in that goal. I think defensively we could have done better. Midfield we could have done better to stop it, and he actually saved the first shot, but the second one he couldn't save. So I feel like people shouldn't be too harsh on Raya. So yeah, I'm going to give Raya a 7. I think, yeah, I think he had a good game. I think he made some credible saves in that second half. But I just think it was a bad moment in what happened. I think in the midfield, I think Partey could have done better in that as well. Raya a 6, I reckon he could have done better with the shot. Raya a 7, made an important save. Yeah, I think a 6 or 7's a fair result. Now, I'm gonna go Saliba now. Do you know what? I think he had a good game. To be fair, yeah, I think he did what he had to do. There was a moment in the first half that I really liked. Um, and he obviously it was about to be a corner, and he literally made that run to stop the corner, which I really admire his work rate for that, and I think that was an amazing move from him. So I think Saliba had his usual type of game. He had a good performance. I wouldn't say I was wowed by his performance. The first half I'd probably say was better, but I think it was, yeah, I think it was an overall performance. I think do you know what, I'll give Saliba. Probably give him an 8. Yeah, I don't think he didn't do anything wrong, but I wasn't sort of amazed by him in that second half either. Like, yeah, yeah, exactly. I think it wasn't his best performance, but it was still a solid performance. We can't take that away from him. Phil says, after finally selling Ramsdale, I think the heart can finally start to mend. But do you agree? Yeah, it's a very hard one with Ramsdale because I think he has to be selfish and he has to do what's right for him in his career, and he had to go for me. For him, he needs to be at number one, and I'm really excited to see him play football again. I can't wait for him. I'm so excited. It would be amazing to see him play at number one for England, because I'd be so excited to watch him play for England. I was a bit sad he didn't get that call up, but you know what? It'll come in time. He's a very good goalkeeper. So yeah, oh god. Does anyone know what time the Southampton game's on? Because if it's on later, I can try and watch that for Ramsdale. Yeah, I was a bit sad about that, but I suppose I'm not surprised because he's not really played much football. Um, Big up ungraded bros. I hope you're good. Hard game to watch at the end. Wasn't our best show, but we didn't lose, which is vital with the next few games. Um, yeah, I think at the end it wasn't, our best performance. But I think for me, it's, yeah, we didn't lose, but I think a draw isn't a result we should have, like, against Brighton. Like, Brighton have started really well, don't get me wrong, and they've had an incredible start to the season, but I think for me, like you said, the second half was very poor from us defensively. We just sat back and didn't attack much. But do you know what? We had a few chances with Havertz and Saka where we could have just nicked that game 2-1. So it's a frustrating one. Oh, right, the game starts at 3. Fingers crossed, yeah, like Phil says. Um, I hope Ramsdale gets a clean sheet. I hope he has a great performance. I'm really genuinely happy for him. And yeah, I can't wait to see what he does now. Now, Gabriel, I think a bit like Sleep, it wasn't his best performance. That goal we conceded, he tried to defend it. He could have done it better, but I'd probably give him a 7.5. I think it was a tough second half, especially when the Brighton were going for it proper. Like it was so hard. So I'll probably give Gabriel 7.5. Yeah, I think he had a good performance. I just think Brighton attacked quite a lot in the second half, and we did sort of all we could to defend that. Um, yeah, definitely 7 is a good result. Um, Gabriel made that really good block with his chest. Yeah, he did that really good block, which I think was amazing. We should be winning them games at home. Yeah, I mean Brighton's always been a weird fixture where we struggle in, but these are games you've got to win. Like if we're not able to win these games, then are we really going to win a league? We've got to cut these fine margins out because if we want to beat Man City to the league, we've got to win these fixtures, which is obviously a tough one. Um, Gabby 7.5. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable result. Like we said, it wasn't his best performance, but I think he did a pretty solid job in defending, especially in that second half. Now I'm going to speak on Ben White. I mean, Ben White. There was quite a few moments where I felt like he could have prevented the crosses coming in. When Brighton were attacking, I was hoping he would sort of stop them a bit more. But Brighton, they just had a bit more pace than White. But yeah, same with sort of Gabriel Saliba. I think it was a solid performance. I think he did quite good, but I think we could have done a lot better, to be honest. So I'll probably give Ben White a 7. I think he had a good performance, but I think it was just that, just how they were so attacking. I just want us to prevent that a bit more. But you know what? It's a draw at the end of the day. We can't be too upset with that. So yeah, I'll give Ben White a 7. I think he was okay. He did good, but there were moments where I wanted him to do a little bit better. Um, when we beat Spurs and City after the dreaded interval, we can forget today. Yeah, honestly, I hate an international break. It's so boring. It's nice to see Saka, but I think I'd want to see Saka in. Um, yeah, Declan Rice get a rest. Um, Ben White is just Ben White, never falls below a 7, solid every week. Dealt with Mintamona very well. Yeah, I think Ben White, what you would call, I would say, is Mr. Consistent. Like, you know what you're going to get from him. He's a very solid performer. He will always give you like a 7 out of 10 or above sort of performance, which I think is obviously what you want. So yeah, I think Ben White had a good performance. Now I need to get into Odegaard. I'm going to start off with him, and then I'll talk a bit about Partey and Rice. Now, first half, do you know the first 20 minutes? I would say Odegaard, I was quite impressed with. I know he had a few chances, and I thought our midfield was going quite well. But then he got in. I'll come back to Timber. Give me a sec. Um, but I felt like with when he got injured, when he went down, I felt very like everything changed for him since then. He wasn't himself, and the problem is you don't really have many people to replace Odegaard when he's having a bad game. And yeah, I just felt like since that happened, it sort of went downhill from him. I think people need to like not be harsh on him. The season just started. It's our third game of the season. Um, and yeah, I think we can't get sort of carried away by that. We've got to give him time, but I do want more goals from him this season. I do want more assists from him this season. Um, yeah, Odegaard. I'd probably give Odegaard a 6.5 just because I think he had good moments, but I just think in the second half he didn't do well, and Arteta did bring him on so off. So yeah. Yeah, I think he will come good. He's had an amazing last season. People need to remember that. I just think Might just take him a bit of time to get into it this season. 7.8 for me, sadly, it needs to be. Yeah, love that. Yeah, I think it wasn't his best performance, so I think against the Spurs, he always loves a goal against Spurs, so let's really hope he can go and get a goal then. Now I'll go back to Timber actually. Do you know what? I was really impressed with Timber today. I think he had a really good game. I think there were a lot of moments where he defended really well, and yeah, I think he had a really good performance. I know at the end he went off. I think he was okay. I think it was more of a precaution. I think he had a good game. I'd probably give him about no, I gave him a 7.5 or an 8. I think Tim did really well, but I think he's probably not ready to play a full 90 minutes just yet. And I think it was really good that Arteta noticed that because you could see him went down, and I was really hoping it wasn't too serious because he's had a big injury and we don't want to rush him in. We don't want to get him to play too many minutes when he's not ready. So I think that was the right amount of time for him to play. I think he's grown as a player. He's improving each game, and yeah, I can't wait to see more of him. Timber and 8, yeah, absolutely. Odegaard 6.5, yeah. I think it wasn't Odegaard's best game, but I don't think it was his worst game either. We'll just want to see more goals from him, definitely. Big ups to Thomasin, good to see you here as always. A draw is a fair result. Brighton should have beaten us. Referee is a disgrace. Sterling is a desperate signing. Arteta and Eddie, well, I think with Sterling, it sort of happened like that, didn't it, overnight? We knew over days we were linked to him, but I didn't actually think it would happen, and it's honestly happened so fast. So, yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. I'm not too sure, but we're gonna have to see what happens. But like you said, a draw is a fair result. I think if we'd won that, I probably would have said we've just nicked it and we didn't deserve to win really because Brighton had some amazing chances in the second half as well, but we defended really well. Big up Shay Arsenal, hope you're good. Great to see you in the chat as always. I know everyone goes live. No worries, Phil. Hope you're having a great day as well. It's always lovely to see you in here. And don't forget, guys, if you're still watching this, please don't forget to smash that likes for me. And do subscribe if you're new to help my channel grow, which would be very much appreciated. Thomason says a 3 out of 10 window. Yeah, I think with the window, I feel just disappointed we've not really replaced the players that we've gotten rid of. Just more like Eddie's gone, Smith Rowe's gone. We could have brought players in to replace them, but the striker one is the one that I'm very disappointed that we've not brought in, to be honest. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. Big up Shay, thank you so much for that. And yes, please do, guys. Like I said just then, please like and subscribe if you're new here. Joe Pedro should have been sent off. Yeah, I mean, I think the referee has to have the same energy for Brighton, but I honestly think that referee was a Brighton fan. I'm not gonna lie. Brighton are a decent side, to be fair. I think they could challenge for Europe. Yeah, definitely. I think. Listen, Arsenal needed to win today, and we didn't. But you got to give that credit to Brighton. They were obviously incredible today. They did what they had to do to win, and yeah, I think they had a good performance. Especially that second half, they went for it, and you could see with their new manager, new process, it's all going very well for them. And yeah, I feel quite happy for them, to be honest. They're doing really good. And I've no doubt they'll have a really good season ahead of them too. Midfield, right? I'll go back to midfield. I'll go on Declan Rice. Now, it's a very tough one because I do believe he shouldn't have been sent off, and I do stand by that. So I'm not really going to blame him for that, but I just feel as up to that, the midfield wasn't going too good. It wasn't working. I think it was just sort of an I think it was above average performance. I'd probably give him a 6 or 6.5. I just feel like he's struggling a bit at the moment with his exhaustion, with his fitness, and the flow of the game. But I also feel like he didn't do too bad. So I do think it was a bit unfair that he did get sent off, to be honest with you guys. And I can't blame him too much for that. I really can't. I don't think it was fair. He got sent off. So I'll probably give him a 6.5. I think he's exhausted. He's played a lot in the Euros, and I think he needs a bit of a rest now and to get ready for. I'm trying to think what the next game is after Spurs. Is it Atlanta, guys? Is it Man City? I know we've got Atlanta in between, so maybe he can come back in that game. But maybe the rest is a good thing for him. Big up NS Sports TV. Hope you're good. Good to see you in here as always. Hope you're good. Rice looks so knackered. I think the break could be good for him. Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe it'd be a positive thing, but I know for us we've got to win that Spurs game. Like I just hate the thought of losing or drawing with Spurs. but we've got to win as well. 6 is fair. I hope he doesn't play internationals. That's the thing, because international break is coming up, guys, and I'm not bothered about it, to be honest. I want him and Saka to get a rest. I don't mind him coming on for maybe like 10 minutes, but please rest him. Yeah, Rice just needs a bit of time, doesn't he? I think he's played so much football. You'll easily beat them at Tottenham. I mean, we should. They've not had the best start to the season, have they? But it's with Spurs, it's a very tough one, because it's like Man City and Liverpool, or United and Liverpool. Sort of your form can go out the window for that, because you want to win for pride reasons. You want to win to prove that, for Arsenal, that London is red, North London's red. So you want to win for that reason as well. So it's a very, very tough fixture for sure. But it'll be interesting to see how we do get on there. I really hope we can. I want to win so bad. But I think for the league, we've got to win. We've definitely got to do it. I'm really hopeful we can as well. But the midfield's going to definitely. It'll be a lot to show a bit about if we're ready. But I think the international break. Um, is going to be good for sort of the players to have a bit of a rest. I hope Rice gets rest as well, because he's played so much football and I feel like he just needs that break. Saka as well. I'd rather him, have a rest, but it's going to be interesting to sort of see what does happen there. I'm glad we're getting out of the way early. Yeah, I think that's a positive, because Man City always start the season off quite slow, so you look at it and think we're getting that game out early as well. So it's not all doom and gloom right now for Arsenal. Same with City too. Yeah, exactly. I'll go on to talk about Partey now. Partey for me, very tough one. I would sort of say the same about Rice. I think they both sort of had similar performances. I thought they were both okay. I wasn't sort of amazed by them or wowed by them. I think it was their performances were just okay. Like, I'd probably give Partey maybe a 6 as well. I think he got a yellow card, and I'm actually quite happy Partey didn't do anything silly in that second half, because we do really need to rely on him now. We need him more than ever to stay fit. So I really, really hope, for me, Partey will keep improving each game. Yeah, I think it was. I wouldn't. It was just a good performance. It wasn't anything, out. It wasn't bad. It wasn't incredible. I think a lot of the players today had good performances, but probably weren't just outstanding. I think, like Thomason said, it was a fair result to draw, and we didn't do enough to win. So yeah, I'm gonna go that. Partey a 6. Big up Dean. Please, can you wear? Yeah, I'll try and wear my Arsenal shirt in the next video I do. Next week, I'll try and do that for you guys, definitely. Because I've got a few Arsenal shirts that I do love to wear. Yeah. So big up Dean. Good to see you in here as well. Now I'm gonna go on the attackers. Now I'll go with Trossard. Now, Trossard's quite interesting, because his performance was. It's probably a 6.5 again. The 7. I don't think he did enough in the game. I don't think he could create as much chances. I don't think that I feel like he would have been nice for him to score. I just think he's better off the bench. I just don't think he's as impactful. Well, if he plays a full 19 minutes or a full 80 minutes, I feel like he's more of a better player when he comes off the bench. So, obviously, great to see him start. He deserves to start. I'm very, very happy for him. But I just think as well, he's more of an impactful player off the bench. And maybe Martinelli at this moment in time is probably better to start, maybe for 60, 70 minutes, and Trossard can come on and hopefully help us in that game. So, yeah, probably give Trossard a 7. I think that's probably a fair result, because he did do good things in the game. I just don't think it was sort of enough for us to win it, unfortunately. I'm hoping, yeah, 6.5, definitely. Love that one. Um, I'm hoping for the black shirts for my birthday. Oh, I love that. Arsenal have so many amazing shirts, don't they? I love that. Can you show me your Arsenal shirts? I did actually do a video a few weeks ago, if you want to check it out, where I showed some of my favourite Arsenal shirts that I have. So if you want to check it out for now, do that. But I'll probably wear an Arsenal shirt in my next video to show you guys, if I remember. So yeah, but if you want to check that video out, I did it a few weeks ago about my favourite Arsenal shirts that I have and sort of why I like them. So if you do want to check that out, do that right now. Now, I'll go with Saka, and then I'll come to adverts at the end. Do you know what? I think Saka, listen, he's obviously having a good start to the season. I'm pretty sure. I think he's got 3 assists so far, and I think he might have scored 1. I think Saka's having a really good start to the season, to be honest. I think that assist for Havertz's goal was obviously incredible. I think it was an amazing game, for him. I think players are quite brutal with Saka because he knows Saka's threatening, so they always target him, which I think is hard on Saka. But I think he was probably a stand-up player for me out of the other attackers. Havertz obviously was incredible too, but I'm gonna give Saka about a 7.5 and 8. I think he had a good game, a good performance, and yeah, he definitely helped us in that first goal. That assist was so incredible from him. So yeah, I really love seeing Saka. Saka doing well, I give him an 8. Yeah, I think that's a fair result. Just an update here, Nottingham Forest has just scored against Wolves. That blue shirt is fire too. Yeah, we've got so many amazing shirts. I love it. Big up Mustafa. Hi Sophie, Havertz, Saka was good. Yeah, that link up play was so amazing to watch, wasn't it, guys? I loved that. I think it was absolutely amazing. But yeah, I think Saka, Havertz, that link up play is so amazing. I just think we need something else sort of up front to help us a bit more. But yeah, I've got to agree with that. Now, Havertz for me, I absolutely love seeing him do so well. He's got his confidence back, I feel like, at the moment. He scored that goal. Honestly, I could just watch that over and over again. It was so amazing. A very good finish from him. I was very impressed with his goal, actually. Um, yeah, I think the goal, like to lob it over the keeper the way he did, that would the timing of that was amazing. Like I just think it was a very good finish from him, and yeah, I think overall very good performance. I'm very impressed with Havertz. I think it's great to see his confidence, him having a lot of confidence because let's not forget, like when he was at Chelsea, he did not have a lot of confidence, did he? And to see sort of the confidence he has now is so lovely to see, isn't it? Havertz. I think Havertz an 8. I think Havertz did really good today. You could see his work rate, especially the second half, his energy. I know there was a big chance he should have got in the second half, but I think it was just a really good save from Brighton's keeper as well. But I think you have to be happy with that performance. I think it was very good from Arsenal. Havertz, yeah, Havertz did really well today. I think him and Saka are probably my standout players from that game. I think yeah, they should be really happy with themselves. They did really well. Um, Havertz took a score well and had a good game for me, a 9 on player of the match. Yeah, I think Havertz is probably the player that stood out the most. Saka, I'd probably say would be behind him in that, but I just think Havertz, yeah, is definitely up there as the man of the match because he was so good, wasn't he? That goal in that first half was just it wowed me. Like I couldn't believe when I watched it. And it was a good assist from Saka, but to finish that, to lob it over the keeper, to time that perfectly was yeah, so good. Wolves just cut back. Good to see the updates as well because I know as well Southampton are playing. I really hope Ramsdale get that clean sheet as well. So yeah, now substitutes. I probably let me start now. Okay, so I'll start off with Calafiori. I think I'm trying to think. Didn't Calafiori come on for about 20 minutes? I'm pretty sure he did. I think he actually had a good performance. I think he did what he had to do. I'm going to be completely honest. I was a bit baffled about the substitution for Trossard because we've just literally conceded. Why would you take an attacker off? It seemed to me like Arteta wanted to just be defensive and get a draw, but we can be defensive and attack as well and get that win. So I didn't agree with that personally. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy Calafiori coming on, but would you take him off for Trossard? I didn't get that. Like, if Martinelli came on for Trossard, yeah, that's fine. If Calafiori came on for Timber, I'd get that too, but I just didn't get the substitution, if I am being completely honest. But anyway, Calafiori, yeah, I think he came on for enough time to judge him. I think he had a good game, good performance, and it's obviously really nice to see him get some minutes again. Hopefully in time we'll see him play a full game, but I think yeah, solid performance. He did good. I'd probably give him a 7. Um, yeah, I agree with that one. Big up Mike. Calafiori did well. Nice to see him get some minutes. Didn't do anything wrong at all. A solid 7.5. Yeah, definitely as well. Trying to think who else actually came on. Zinchenko came on. It's for former Zinchenko. I thought he did okay. I don't think he did anything wrong, but I don't think he changed the game either. Um, I don't remember who Zinchenko actually came on for. Was it Timber? I can't actually remember, but I'd probably give him a 6, 5, 6. I think he didn't really do much. Like I don't remember him ever doing an amazing thing when he came on, but it's a hard one to call right now. Yeah, I'll probably give Zinchenko a 5 to 6 because I don't think he did anything spectacular. Yeah, he came on. I thought so. Yeah, yeah. I think it'd be fair to give him a 6 because he didn't do like he didn't wow me, but I don't remember him ever doing anything bad either. It's going to be interesting with Zinchenko because we know he's not our starter, but he's probably going to come off the bench when we need him to at that point. So, yeah. Now I wanted to. I'm going to stay on for maybe 10 more minutes or till an hour's hit here. So please, guys, do join me if you want to listen and do like this video as well while you're watching and subscribe. Um, but I wanted just to speak on a few things. Now, I'm going to go back before the game started. We saw the lineup come out, and I wanted to get your thoughts. Like, were you guys happy Trossard started over Martinelli? Were you surprised by it? Like, for me, I wasn't surprised. It doesn't surprise me because Trossard's performances have been better than Martinelli. He's been taking his chances. He's been winning us the game. So I feel like that probably was fair. But yeah, I think for me, it's probably better for Trossard to come off the bench at this moment in time. I just think he's a more of a impact sub. I think that's just the type of player he is. But Martinelli came on and he had a good chance. You know what? Saka didn't realise this at the time, but when Havertz missed his chance and that got saved, Saka could have passed it to Martinelli and Martinelli could have scored that, which would have been great for his confidence. I'm really hoping Martinelli can get a goal soon. But I think for our next game, obviously Spurs, who should start that? It's a tough one. I'd probably start Martinelli for that one. There's also this option for Sterling as well. Are we going to see much of him? I'm excited for Sterling, to be honest. But yeah, I think it didn't surprise me that Trossard started. I'm happy he got that chance that he'd sort of needed. And yeah, I just think Trossard's sort of an impact sub. So he's just one of those players that comes better off the bench for some reason. Um, I'm wondering if we'll see Cine in midfield at all this season. Yeah, a good question. I mean, I'd be open to that. Like in midfield, Mourinho's out for a little bit, so he's not an option right now. Mourinho's probably going to be out for 6 weeks maximum. You never know, so we can't really consider him right now. But in midfield, the sort of options right now we have is Jorginho, Partey. I know Rice for next game, but let's not. For our next game, we're going to talk about next game. Zinchenko, I feel like I would give it a chance, but I wouldn't risk it in a big game. Like if we had a cup game, I'd like Bolton's coming up. Yes, we need to win that. I want us to take the cup game seriously, but I would be open to playing I'd be open to playing Zinchenko in that midfield because we have to put a few strong players out as well. I know we'll see young players play as well, but I just feel like Zinchenko midfield. Zinchenko is very good going forward. It's just defensively is sort of his weakness. It's where he struggles. So we don't have anything to lose by doing that. So I would like to see Arteta do that, but we've never really seen him in midfield. So I don't know if Arteta will do that. Was hoping Martinelli would start before the game. Yeah, I mean, I think Arteta's probably seeing it as Martinelli's not really making the most of his opportunities, and he's not really, going to start. And I get that. Do you know, if I actually said in a stream before the game, I probably would have started with Trossard as well, just because he's been playing better, he's been taking his chances and all of that. So I think that is quite fair. The reason why Trossard started because he's been playing very good when he's been coming off the bench. But yeah, it'd be very, very interesting to see what does happen in that game coming up. Um, Now I wanted to actually speak on a few other things. Now, today Saka Havertz link up, like I absolutely love watching that, and I do feel like Havertz and Martinelli could fit into that very well as well because I'd play Martinelli in the next game, for being honest. I think Saka and Havertz have a great link-up play. Listen, I know in the game today we could have taken more chances. Havertz, Saka could have done more, but they had a really good link-up play. In that first goal as well, amazing to see that assist as well from Saka. I think that works really well together. I think they're going to prove to have a really good partnership throughout the season. So I think we just need to see a bit more goals. Listen, I think the season just started, so I don't expect too much, but I think throughout the season, second Havertz are going to have a really good link-up play together on the pitch, definitely, and I'm really excited to see how that happens. But yeah, Sterling coming in as well. That's going to be exciting to see how that link up play involvement comes about. Zinchenko in midfield, Timber or Calafiori behind left back, so he doesn't have to defend and can focus on playing forward. Yeah, exactly. Like Zinchenko's here for a reason, and I've had my doubts about him defensively, and I'm not a fan of him at left back. But if in midfield, if he's able to offer us something going forward, then why not give it a chance? Why not play him there? I think that would be a great opportunity for him to, help us in that attack, because our attack, don't get me wrong, Saka and Havertz are great together, but our attack is missing something. We are missing a striker, definitely. With a striker, things would improve so much, but I just think we are missing that fluidity, aren't we, in that attack? Today we've seen it. We had so many chances, but we weren't just able to take them, unfortunately. Yeah, Zinchenko, I'd definitely give him that opportunity. In midfield, I think you'd probably play it, like I said, in a cup game. You could risk it, but I think in any other games you probably wouldn't want to do that right now. But if I was Arteta, that's what I'd be working on in training. Yeah, I think he's got to try it. Because, like, do you know what? If I'm being honest, I would have maybe sold him in the summer if I am being honest. So Arteta clearly sees something in him. Attacking wise, he's very good. I'm not taking that away from him, but I just think defensively, like I've just said, it's a weakness of his. It's something he struggles with. But I think playing him in that position could be a positive thing, could work out very well for him. So yeah, like Mike says here, I think working on that and training would only be a good thing for him, and I'm really hoping that we will see that. But yeah, obviously at the moment Spurs is our next game. I think there might be a break between that because Spurs game is on the 15th, on the Sunday the 15th, which is a massive game for us. Obviously Rice won't be playing, but listen, I think we're good enough to win that game. Rice has proven to be absolutely amazing recently. Defensively, we're very solid. It's just the attack that I'm worried about, us needing to finish our chances. We have a lot of chances in games but we're not able to finish, but Havertz, Saka are very good together, and I'm excited to see more of Sterling. Absolutely can't wait to see that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end the stream in a few moments. So if you guys do want to send me in any sort of last questions, I'll probably wrap this up in about 5 minutes. I've honestly really enjoyed doing this. And next week as well, I'm going to be back at college, so I probably won't be uploading as much. But I've got a video actually coming out tomorrow with Julian from AFTV, so please do, guys, check that out as well. But yeah, so please do, if you want, send in any last questions, because it's been very good to chat with you guys. I wanted to as well thank you guys that have joined me as well today to chat about Arsenal. I know it wasn't the result we wanted, and they were all quite disappointed, and it's been nice to sort of, have this like Arsenal therapy session with you guys. It's been really good to have this conversation, and yeah, I hope we can meet Spurs. I hope we can get back on track in a good way and get winning again. It feels just a bit. We all feel quite deflated right now with how it's gone today, unfortunately. Um, but thank you all so much for joining me. It's been absolutely amazing to chat with you all. And yeah, I'll be back next week. I'll just wait a few moments just in case anyone wants to send anything else in. But like I said, I know a lot of people do live streams at this time, and I do appreciate you all joining in with me, chatting with me about Arsenal. It's been so much fun, and a big thank you as well for the support on my side video as well yesterday. It's been very good to do that, meet new people and chat with you all. Great stream, Soph. Always a pleasure to chat with you. Still unbeaten, so let's build on that. Yeah, good to chat with you as well, Mike. Thank you so much for your questions that you have sent in as well. And yeah, like you said, we're still unbeaten. We've got 2 wins, 1 draw. It's not the end of the world, but it does obviously feel like the end of the world right now. But like I said, thank you all so much for joining me today. It's been so lovely to chat with you all. I'm just sad that we never got to chat over a win. But like Mike said, it's a draw. It's not the end of the world. But before I do end the stream, don't forget to like the stream, do share it if you can, do subscribe if you're new. Big thank you to all of your support. My video with Julian tomorrow will be out around 10-11 a.m. We spoke a bit about the transfers, about our love for the Arsenal, Arteta, so it was absolutely lovely to have him on my channel. So please do check it out tomorrow. It'll be on my Twitter, TV_Guna, or my Instagram, Guna Gossip TV. I'll post it all on there so you'll know when it's live, or it might be set as a show or it'll be pre-recorded. So yeah, check it out, guys. Please do. Thank you all so much for your support. I'll be back next week. I probably won't be on like 5 times a week. I'll probably just do 2 or 3. But yes, guys, thank you all for your support. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye, guys.